Welcome to the CEO's blog this week, and in the words of the Seekers, the carnival is over. The Sky Carnival of Miracles, which took in Newcastle and the three major meetings at Tabcorp Park Menangle. Of course, it culminated in that mighty win by King of Swing. King of Swing, 2 years in succession. Can he make it a hat-trick? The only and first horse to ever do that? We'll have to wait till 2022. But what a wonderful carnival it was. Congratulations to the owners and to Belinda and Luke McCarthy for taking out the number one race on the national calendar.
The King is back on his throne. He started away. King of Swing in back-to-back Miracle Miles. Equine athleticism at its best. King of Swing wins it.
There were so many stellar performances, not only on the night but throughout the carnival. On Saturday night, the Australian Pacing Gold Derby victory went to Pat's Beachstorm for trainer-driver David Moran. The Aquagate Equine Centre Trotters Mile went to Majestic Man for Phil and Brad Williamson, whilst the Ainsworth Free For All was won by Max Shard for Belinda and Luke McCarthy. But perhaps the most exciting race on Saturday was the Slingsby Holdings New South Wales Sapling Stakes, won by Mr Ray. Bred by Jane and Ray Walker, who also share in the ownership with Greg O'Callaghan, the horse was trained by Ray and driven by Darryl Perrott. Mr Ray recorded a faster first 3 quarters than what King of Swing did in the Miracle Mile. 1 minute 22.3 seconds for Mr Ray, whilst 1 minute 23.3 seconds for King of Swing. And to cap the night off, it was Jane's birthday, so it was celebrations all night long.
And really flashing home was Valor Stride, but it's all Mr Ray. Mr Ray's going to bolt in and stops the clock in 152.2.
Mr Ray will now be aimed for the Bathurst Gold Crown Carnival. To all concerned with the Sky Carnival Miracles, congratulations. The sponsors, the club directors, led by Robert Marshall, Bruce Christensen and David Watson and their teams, well done. To the track curators, Owie and Jimmy, and offsiders who always have the track in outstanding order, thank you. And to the extremely diligent Harness Racing New South Wales Integrity team, a job really well done. And now the carnival is over for this year. The TAB Carnival of Cups reboots with Broken Hill and Young tonight. Both clubs have drawn strong fields and are sure to attract capacity crowds, as has been the case at other tracks since the easing of COVID restrictions. The feature at Young is the Group 3 Cordina Farms Young Cup, whilst at Broken Hill, the Rocky Baker Memorial Pacing Cup is the main event. Well done to club officials for your efforts so far, and the best of racing and weather conditions tonight. Next week, the Gold Crown Carnival starts. We have the Tiara Heats on Wednesday night and the Gold Heats on Friday night. Danny Dwyer and Marianne Donnelly have, as usual, been tirelessly working toward yet another much anticipated carnival, which was the first major event affected by COVID last year with no crowds at the track. Other than the racing activities, the Graham Borden Company yearling sale will be on Sunday 21st and the Bathurst Regional Council mayoral dinner will be on Friday night the 26th. The 2021 honorees, Bernie Kelly, the original and authentic Riverina Wizard, and Bruce Harpley will be special guests of the Bathurst Club at the dinner, at which Harness Racing New South Wales will also take the opportunity to present awards from 2020. And the Women Can Team TEAL campaign ends this weekend, and it is more than pleasing to advise that as at today, we have raised over $55,000 for funding towards ovarian cancer research. A very special thank you to all female drivers and trainers, especially our ambassadors Gemma Coney, Ellen Bartley, Amanda Turnbull, Ashley Hart and Kerry Ann Morris for your brilliant performances over the past 6 weeks. A special mention this week to Cassie Robinson and Ashley Camilleri, who between them almost landed every winner at Broken Hill last Saturday night. Again to the driving force, Duncan McPherson, who is Mr Team TEAL, Tabcorp, Club Menangle, the New South Wales Breeders and Owners Associations, and any other club or person who supported the campaign, a very big thank you. And next week, our Harness Racing New South Wales driving force behind Team TEAL, Katie D, will have the grand total amount raised. I am still trying to figure out how she got the female New South Wales trainers in for every winner. Only in New South Wales, but for a very worthy cause, an essential cause, ovarian cancer research. And yet another highlight, the Australian Pacing Gold yearling sales last Sunday set new benchmarks. What a success to everyone concerned. It started on the Friday night. Flora Robson and Hare Committee, the New South Wales Breeders Association, putting on a wonderful parade. And whilst it wasn't a barbecue, people certainly enjoyed the company, the food and the beverage which was put on by Australian Pacing Gold. The new benchmarks for New South Wales was an 8% increase on the average sale price year on year and a clearance rate of 90% of the yearlings offered. The top lot was a filly by Captain Treacherous from the mare Liberty Bell Midfrew, which realised $110,000. It was offered by Jackie and Mary Gibson's Success Stud and partners Alex Smith and Russell Woods. This filly was purchased by Good Time Breeding. The top colt at the sale was secured by Terry Flynn for $100,000. Offered by Phil and Denise Thurston's Celestial Standardbreds, the colt was by Better's Delight from Cyclone Charlie. Allied Express Pacing and Trotting demonstrated their faith in New South Wales with a $90,000 purchase of a Captain Treacherous filly, whilst Charlie Semmett paid the same amount for a beautiful Better's Delight filly. 3 of the top 5 yearlings sold were fillies, which is a true endorsement of the opportunities in New South Wales, now with the highest base prize money in the richest race in Australia, not to mention all the other leading initiatives. As mentioned, the New South Wales Breeders Association annual yearling parade was a huge success. So well done again, Flora and committee. You no doubt enhanced the success of the sale. And it's pleasing to know that the progressive Tamworth Harness Racing Club have a new chairman in Steph Van Arnholt. Deputy Chair Joyce Walsh revealed the identity of the much anticipated position of chairman, who is a retired school principal. Steph is independent of the membership of the club and will be looking to make improvements for patrons and participants at Paceway Tamworth a priority, working cohesively with Leanne Flower and Harness Racing New South Wales to achieve these goals. And 2 milestones hit this week. Dougie Hewitt, 150 winners as a driver, with My Buzz Lightning at Bathurst on Wednesday night, and at the same meeting, Amanda Turnbull, 800 winners as a trainer with Got a Party Doll. And if you were at Tabcorp Park, Menangle, last Saturday night, you would have said COVID. What COVID? As so many people enjoyed the racing, relaxed on the lawns. Of course, the capacity was reached as allowed by the New South Wales government, but it's fantastic that we're now getting out of, to a degree, the COVID restrictions that have been upon us for 12 months now. But remember, the virus is still around. Club officials and participants have done a magnificent job with compliance over the past 12 months. So we had best keep up the effort to keep on racing. No other industry other than racing was afforded the opportunity of uninterrupted activity. So thank you to Premier Gladys, Minister Hazzard and our own Racing Minister, Kevin Anderson. The Gold Crown Carnival is now upon the industry and we still need to be observant of New South Wales health requirements. So please remember, whilst the wearing of masks is voluntary, social distancing and personal hygiene practices will minimise the chances of the virus spreading, and QR codes are a must from government. And to close the blog for this week, don't forget Broken Hill and Young tonight, TAB Carnival Cups meetings, wonderful meetings both of those. And if you can't be at the track, don't miss them on Sky Channel. All the best of racing luck wherever you are in New South Wales for this week. And remember, be positive about everything you do in harness racing.